If you're on the anxiety recovery journey and your symptoms come back full force, especially after having a period where your symptoms aren't that high, here's why it happens. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Shaan. We help people around the world overcome their bizarre, mysterious physical symptoms, intrusive thoughts, depersonalization, derealization, repeat panic attacks. Basically, when you go to your doctor and they say everything's fine, you can't find anything wrong, but you're still experiencing these intense symptoms, we help you overcome it so that you can go back to living. Here are some principles to understand. So why do your symptoms come back full force, especially when you've been making progress, when your symptoms are a lot lower? You might feel like you are back to square one. You feel like you were doing so well, but now you've taken 10 steps back and you don't know what to do. It always feels like you're in this roller coaster of recovery. Now, there's two forces at play that's causing this to happen. Number one is the symptom response connection, and the second is the power of habit. Let me explain. When you're on the recovery journey, your symptoms are going to vary. It's almost like a roller coaster. Sometimes your symptoms are going to be high, sometimes it's going to be low. As you're doing better, the symptoms are going to get less and less. However, because it's this roller coaster, you'll notice that when symptoms are high, it's much harder to respond to your symptoms. Think about it. This makes sense. When your symptoms are very low, accepting your symptoms, letting it be there, you have no issues. You're not feeling any discomfort. But when your symptoms are high, it's much harder to respond. This is the symptom response connection. It's recognizing that your effort in responding is going to be inversely proportional to the intensity of your symptom. Basically, the higher the symptom, the harder it is to respond. This is specifically important, especially if you've had weeks or months where you feel like you haven't needed to respond, but now your symptoms are back up for whatever reason. Again, remember, it's part of the journey. It's part of the roller coaster of recovery where you're experiencing symptoms higher than normal. Oftentimes that has nothing to do with you, but your response might need to be a little bit more conscious. So understanding that your response is not going to look the same every day. Some days it's going to be harder. Some days it's not. It's not measuring your progress based on how hard it is to respond, but are you staying consistent with your response? And the second force is habit. Look, you've developed a habit of panicking, especially when the symptoms come up. When the symptoms come up, you're wondering, why is this happening? Oh, I wish this wasn't here. You fear it, you fight it, you get frustrated by it, you try to fix it, you try to do all these things. Now, breaking this habit, you can't just bulldoze and break a habit. It takes time. You didn't develop this habit overnight, so making the habit go away of panicking is not going to happen instantaneously, even if you're aware that you have a habit. Breaking a habit takes time. It takes patience. You have to chip away at it. Your nervous system has practiced being sensitized for months or years. Unlearning that and having it calm down will take some time.